Well, let's get it started today. It's your guy, Marky Mark.
I'm Misa.
And Ryan.
And this is Anytime Relevance Podcast. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow us on any podcasts that you enjoy. We have a special guest today. And I think I want to just get right into it and jump straight in. But first, for our national bestseller guest today is Keith Hale. Everyone,
Woo, woo, woo.
Embracing Vulnerability is his book. I'd like to introduce you, Keith. Thank you
How's
for
it
coming.
going?
Thank you for blessing us, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming over.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Tell us about yourself. Tell us your journey.
Oh man, it's been what a journey this has been. You know, I think I always tell people like it's not about where you are, but it's how you got to where you are.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
And I
It's
think
always the journey.
always a journey. My journey has been kind of unique. I don't think unique to other humans. So I don't want to sit here and say I'm so much different than the average human because I'm not. I just decided to follow a passion after circumstances hit me. So and I noticed after a while my mind started feeling a little bit down, a little bit, like I said always, it felt like it was a cloud kind of hanging over me, so to speak. But I didn't want to explain to most people because I had a fear for being judged.
Yep.
And so I kind of kept it to myself. I kept going. I kept showing up. I kept doing things that didn't resonate with me. And then it was, a very well-known network, which I won't say, offered me to be on a full-time show, primetime television. And I started realizing how I was going to be viewed, right? And I said, well, I can go on the show one time to see how it would feel.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about, and this hit me, men's mental health. And I think that just came from like that gray area I was feeling. I just said that. And they said, no problem. So I get mic'd up. I'm waiting to get mic'd up. Everything's going well. And then right before I went live, there literally cameras going to go live. They said, don't talk about that.
What?
Wow.
How are they
Wow.
going to hit you with that? That's messed up.
So that kind of brought
What?
me into the whole, I have to keep this a secret. I
Yeah.
can't tell people how I'm really feeling because look, even when I was agreed to do this and they said I can't do it. So bottom line is that after a long time of me feeling that way, one day I felt so dark and so alone, which I think a lot of humans, especially men, feel this way because we don't want to tell people how we're feeling. We don't want to say that we're hurting or that we're, not okay inside, so to speak, right? We don't want to have that vulnerability to tell other people out of fear. And so I didn't want to tell anyone. So instead I tried something that, I don't condone and I don't want anyone, but it's important to talk about. I tried to take my life. And, I talk about it openly because I am certified now to talk about this stuff. I'm certified to help other people. And it's important that we open up about, suicide and because
Absolutely.
it's always been the like, don't talk about it. Shh, don't tell anyone you're feeling that way.
Yeah, you can't even say those words
Yeah.
on social media anymore. It
Yeah.
gets
Right.
bleeped out. It's like, but
Yeah.
it's a really real thing. Why are we censoring certain things? But I guess it kind of also goes to like you are certified.
Yeah.
Mental health checks are a real thing. We talk about it even in construction now. Is once a month.
Yeah.
We always check in with each other. At least
Yeah.
once a month. Everybody checks in with each other. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's refreshing.
That is refreshing because, you just never know what someone internally going through. If you saw me on the outside, at one point in time, I'm driving around my Lambo everywhere I went, right? You look at me, this guy has this stuff put together, got these great kids, he's got this lady, he's got all these things. However, inside I didn't feel that way. Inside I was feeling like I was crying inside, I was hurting inside. So after, by the grace of God, I lived through that. I just decided, I asked God, what do you want me to do? Like, what am I on earth to do? Obviously, I'm not on earth to build houses, right? So what did you put me on earth to do? And then it just so happened that a very well-known friend brought me to a thing he was doing in LA, and they handed me a mic in front of 300 pretty well-known people and said, I don't know,
Tell your
speak.
story.
And I was like,
Yeah.
How'd that
whoa.
go? Your first time just kind of just going into it?
I
like,
mean,
Did you just jump in the
I'm
conversation?
thinking it went horribly because I'm crying. I mean,
Right.
I remember
We're our own
this
worst
is
critics.
like 2 weeks out of. Some people didn't want to leave me alone,
Yeah.
yeah.
so I'm a couple weeks out of feeling, like I was just up there being me, right, being real, just talking about how the pain, the hurt, the feeling of not being adequate, the feeling
Being
of not
vulnerable.
being good enough, right? And what I felt like inside and how it translated to the world that no one saw. They only saw the cars, the houses, the success, right?
Yeah.
And so when I was able to just be me, that opened up a lot of doors, right? It opened up a lot of different things. My book came out of this.
Nice.
You know, I just did a TEDx talk, right? All these different things happened, but I think it all was because of what God's plan originally was for me that I didn't listen to. Back in the 90s, I'm a Landmark graduate. I'm a Hoffman graduate. I was a coach there. So I knew this was kind of like my lane was personal development, helping other people.
Yeah.
I just didn't know exactly like what did that mean exactly, right? How do I get from point A to point B?
So would you say that you finally reached your full potential in your calling?
I think I'm on my way there. I think I haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is still a work in progress.
Right,
I'm
it's
still
still
really
true.
busy, but
I think everybody's a work in progress.
But I think now I'm on the path,
Yeah.
right, for what God originally wanted me to do. And it's one thing, like I wrote in my book, it's one thing to be a Christian. It's one thing to say you're a Christian, but then again, do you walk in the footsteps of what Christ wants you to do? Because
Right.
it's one thing to say we're Christians like I was. I always said that I was a Christian man, but I didn't follow and surrender to God.
Right.
And so I think that's a whole different realm of being a Christian and not to put down Christians who are struggling, because I said this for my whole life,
Right.
but I still did things my way.
It's funny you talk about surrendering. Like that's one thing I think that is the most vulnerable thing a person can do is surrender.
I mean, it's the most vulnerable state you can be in.
You can.
I believe.
And I know that's been something that's always been on my mind is that, and something that's always been a part of my calling is like surrendering. That's the hardest thing I've had to do. And I still continue to struggle with.
It's like asking for help.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that I think a lot of men struggle with is just, taking that first step and actually asking for help or speaking out about how they're feeling or what they're going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like,
to have
are you
somebody come
willing
up on
to
stage and like show emotion like that, I'm sure a lot of people in the crowd were touched. I'm sure about that.
I was, again, I wasn't there to be a speaker, right? I was just like
thrown in the
backstage.
Yeah,
like,
you're a guy.
Come here, Keith. I was just gonna say hello, and next thing you know, I'm having a mic in my face, right?
Yeah.
So it's a whole different realm when you're in that. You don't know what to do almost. It wasn't. I honestly, looking back on it, it was hard to remember the whole thing because I was in such a different emotional state of mind, and I was still feeling the effects of what I tried to do to myself and what So it was just my mental was in a whole different realm of where I am today.
It was kind of like almost like a testimonial then at the time.
Yeah, it was. I still get people that saw that, are like, oh man, that changed my life.
Yeah.
I needed to see that. I needed to see a man in this setting, right? In this setting to get up there and be vulnerable enough to do that.
So what from that moment touched you enough to be like, I actually want to keep doing this?
Yeah, I think it was just the eye-opening that I wasn't alone.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for so long,
the reaffirmations.
like, I'm weak.
Yeah.
I feel this way. I wrote my book like when I was in grade school. I must have been like in 4th or maybe 5th grade. I wasn't in 6th grade yet, but I was like maybe 4th grade.
Wow.
And we're on the playground. And I was running, and I fell and I got hurt. And I was crying, right? Because it hurt. My arm, I was scraped up. I was like, and some older boy comes over and slaps me across the face, calls me a bunch of names and says, boys don't cry. Right. And I was like, man. Right. So I always had in my head, like, we don't cry.
We don't show emotion.
We don't show emotion. You know what I mean? So I always thought
Brutal.
we had to be tough. And then I played football and the coaches don't want to hear you're hurt.
No.
They don't want to hear how you're feeling.
Going.
They kick you in the butt, suck it up, be a man, men don't cry, stop being a little bitch. I mean, all these things that people say.
Yeah, all the old phrases.
You're being a woman. What does that even mean? Right?
Yeah, like women are incredibly strong.
Yeah,
people.
I'm like, women are way stronger than us.
That time of the month.
Women give birth. Like, come
Mom
on.
could beat all of us with one thing.
1,000%. So I'm like,
straight up.
man, like
Men are allowed a week out of the 30 days as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like,
preach.
So so I'm just like knowing in that moment that I was not alone. That there's a lot of other people, not just men, humans that felt this way, right?
So was that
Sorry, I
something
keep
you'd
screwing
say?
with this.
No, that thing is busted anyways.
Fine. Okay, good. All right.
Was that something you'd say you noticed during your speech, or was it more like people coming up to you afterwards?
I didn't notice it during it. I didn't notice it, right? I mean,
you're
again,
just like blacked out, just like
state of mind, right? You
Yeah.
know, honestly, it was a state of mind. I wasn't present to what was happening.
Yeah.
I was present to my woe was me, my feelings,
Yeah.
and what was happening inside my body. I wasn't like, I wasn't there, so to speak.
Okay. That's
So-
very interesting.
So would you say this whole journey has led to life coaching? Can you tell us like what is different being a life coach from therapy or mentoring folks?
Yeah, well, one, I'm not a life coach.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
I gotta make that
that straight.
distinction.
Yeah, let's get that
I gotta
straight.
make that distinction real quick.
so
yeah.
what would you call it then?
Yeah. What would you label yourself
Okay,
as?
so the way let me give the distinction between coaching and therapy.
Coaching therapy. Okay.
So therapy deals a lot with two things. One, they deal with prescribing, right?
Okay.
So some therapists, psychotherapists can prescribe medications. That's
Right.
one huge difference.
Mhm.
But the major difference I would say is that therapy deals with what happened in the past,
Okay.
right? And then comes forward, and coaching deals with what's happening with the present and then goes forward.
Okay.
Now,
makes sense.
we interlap over each other. Like it interlaps a lot because you can't really deal with right now without knowing where someone came from. And whenever you meet with someone, I one-on-one, they always bring back something that's happening, what's affecting them in the present moment from the past,
Right.
whether it be a relationship, marriage, the way they were parented, what their mom said, dad said, parents left, parents stayed, right? There's all these facets of why are you not performing at your best today?
Right.
It's because of a story from the past, right? So we still have to deal with that, but we have to dance carefully because if I see someone that is mentally not there, I'm not here to prescribe anything, right? I'm here to keep you accountable, make you be your best self, and to help you push forward. If I see that there are signs that you might need medication, or you might be in a I might hurt myself, or the past is just so deep rooted that you need that psychotherapy, then I have to refer you out.
Yeah.
And I think that the term life coaching, which that started a long time ago, and that was dealing with someone's life. Well, what isn't life coaching then? Right. And
I'm glad you made that clarification
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was thinking about this and I was like, I have high hopes for Keith.
yeah,
and reading and listening to stuff, I was like, okay,
yeah.
I want to make the distinction clear for everyone that's listening right now.
Yeah.
The difference between both.
Yeah.
So
and to elaborate a little further, it's like, and I say this because I truly mean, and I'm going to say this, it might offend a few people, and I'm okay with that because the reality is that there was a time when I'm a life coach, and everyone's online giving advice. Okay, now you want to know the reason when you see a true coach versus a non-true coach, and I'm so sorry for the people out there that went to a weekend course or didn't study this. The difference is between the two is they will be giving you advice. The pretenders give advice.
Right.
The true coaches coach.
They kind of let you come to that conclusion yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
guide them down
I don't
path.
have advice for you.
They're still walking that path.
My job as a coach is to help you come into your already knowing. What you already know deep inside, right? I'm deeply intuitive, right? And I can help you get to that point where you trust you already know the answers, right? You don't need me there to tell you the answer. Because guess what? If you ask me how to lose weight and I tell you, are you going to do it?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Depends.
Now, if we get to the conclusion that your kids matter so much to you, then what's the byproduct of what you have to do?
Yeah.
Right? It's a whole different understanding coming in, you're already knowing, right?
Yeah.
So you see the people online giving a bunch of advice. If you just did this, leave him, leave her, do this, do that, blah, 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 lose weight, do this. It's like, that's not coaching at all. That's giving advice, and giving advice is not coaching.
Right.
So the term life coaching can mean a lot of different things. So I went to Coactive. Coactive is the best coaching school in the world, bar none. It started the coaching industry. The book that Coactive wrote, we call the Bible of coaching, right? And it's really a big difference from what other schools out there portray. And the International Coaching Federation, the reason why I don't partner with them any longer is because They started in coactive. They were all coactive coaches, and they went out and made this governing body. But what does every governing body do? They're out for money.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then they start partnering with a bunch of schools
Yeah.
that don't matter. So I tell
Messing it
people,
up.
does school matter? Well, of course it matters, right? If you went to Sac State, which is a great school, but if you went to Stanford, who would you rather pick?
Yeah. That's kind of a no-brainer.
And it's not a pun on Sac State. My son went to Sac State.
My daughter's going to Sac State.
Sac State's a great
Yeah,
school. It's a phenomenal school, right?
But it's not Stanford.
They overlooked me in high school, but whatever.
One for
now. Whatever.
No grudges, no grudges.
But I'm saying that when you hear Berkeley, Stanford, Princeton, Yale,
right?
You go, oh man, you
echelon.
went to Stanford. Oh man, you went to USC. Oh man, you went to Berkeley. I'm sorry, we don't have the same thing if you went to Stanislaus State.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts. That's facts.
If you went to Fresno State, my son's friend was my son's good friend Ronnie Rivers, and I know his dad since they're little. We raised our kids in the same town. He went pro to that Fresno State. So I'm not saying these are bad places. I'm just saying when you say Honda and you say Mercedes, there is a difference. When you say J.C. Penney's or Nordstrom, there is a difference.
Right.
So
one is more reliable.
Yeah. Right. So, and also it's harder to get through some of these other institutions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when someone says that they're a coactive coach, it holds more weight than, hey, I went to this coaching weekend school and all of a sudden. So the ICF, I called them and said, you need to recognize that. Yeah. School matters, right? And I'm very passionate about education because I learn things here that can really make a difference in someone's life. I'm not saying other schools can't make you effective, but they're effectively teaching you how to give advice. Right. And you call yourself, which is making this industry clouded, which I'm trying to help change that.
Yeah, a little muddy, huh?
It's a little muddy because
people don't really know who's giving real. I mean, obviously you're not actually giving advice, but who's actually coaching versus who's not coaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's here for people come to me for transformation. Period.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's it. And when you can give someone transformation, it's priceless. It's literally priceless. I got a call. Today's Sunday. On Friday, what day was Christmas?
Thursday.
The 25th.
So on Wednesday, Christmas Eve? On Tuesday, Wednesday, a friend of mine, Friday, and him and his fiance are having a massive breakdown.
Oh, man.
I mean, like, massive. So I got in the car. I drove an hour and 30 minutes to their house, 7 o'clock at night, and we sat and we talked, right? I think had I not done that, that relationship was 1,000% over, right? But because I could help them come into their already knowing of who they are, what they want, what are their values meet, what do they miss, and what do we do about that stuff, right? Yeah. And what do they really want out of life, right? I think we had that 3-hour conversation, and they're still together, right? So that's transformative type stuff. If I got over there and listened to what they said and given advice, they would have broken up that night.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's where it was heading anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so I trademarked my own, I'm a self-relationship coach. I'm the only one in the world. And because for me, it was like when I didn't have a relationship with myself was when my life altered. So I studied the art of being versus doing. And everyone runs to it's here we are. Another year's coming in a couple of days.
Yeah.
So
New Year's
fast.
resolution. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to stop drinking so much. I'm not going to smoke cigarettes for 30 days. I'm not going to eat meat anymore. I'm not blah, 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 blah. 97% of people will fail.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every
Right?
time.
Including myself.
Gyms
Right?
love it.
97%. Gyms will be over. I mean,
Gyms love it.
I mean,
They've already started.
Most profitable time of the year.
overcrowded. Memberships will lapse. You know, all these. Oh my God, I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna walk a mile every day. Like
This
all
year's
this.
going to be different.
Yeah, this year I promise, honey, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
got
cuss
it.
anymore. I'm not gonna yell at you anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spank our kids. Right? Here's all the things. Right? And 97.5% of people will fail at this goal in 90 days.
Right.
And the reason why is because being is more important than doing.
Yeah.
I don't care what you want to do. But if you can't connect with who you are, who you be inside about it, it don't matter. You can have the best intentions on earth. Everyone does. Everyone wants to quit smoking, quit drinking, quit sexualizing, quit whatever they're doing, right? But how are they going to do that? And that's where I come in. I help you understand yourself in a way that brings you back to when you were truly your authentic self. And now you can make decisions that are best for yourself, best for your environment, best for what kind of work you want to do, right? That's truly the essence of coaching.
And since we're talking about self, so how being a coach, Keith, is it helping your challenges and your emotions and your personal self?
Yeah, it's been transformative. I'm not healed by any means. I'm still a work in progress, but
We all are.
I'm a lot further along in my path than I was, some years ago. I think being a coach is the awareness of what's going on, right? So I have an awareness that most don't have. So when someone says something, if a husband and wife, I'm in their presence, says something, I know what they're really trying to say versus what they're actually saying.
You
know what I mean?
read between the lines.
Yeah, it's like I'm hearing something different that's not being said. I'm feeling the body language. I'm understanding what's going on. So I have this, unique awareness from being a coach, right?
I love it because we have a married couple right here
that
I actually want to.
Yeah.
I actually want to try it on right now. But
Yeah.
Try all you want. You're not getting anything from us. You get nothing from us.
This is my favorite married couple.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a promoter of
She
marriage.
said,
Marriage also.
Nose. Yeah.
When you said that, I was thinking of
Yeah.
these two right here. I was like, what do we say right now?
Yeah, I'll give you a quick stop. Well, let's get into it. Let's
get
do
into
it for you. 1 second.
Let's
I'm
go.
here. Might as well do it.
Might as
Let's
well.
go. Let's go.
And the common thing in marriage is people,
Okay.
the husband or the wife, will say things like "you should," right? Well,
Okay.
right.
I say a lot of "we should," and I'm
Okay.
like, I meant you.
Yeah.
You
I
should.
feel no. I know what you
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
I know what I read
We
between the
should,
lines.
you should,
Yeah.
right? And that's coming from what we call judgment, right?
Okay.
And that's all 100% on this side of the table,
Mhm.
right? Now, why do we do that? Because we want someone to be a different way than they're currently being. And we don't know how to communicate what that looks like,
Okay.
right? So a lot of the breakdowns of married couples the arguments are, but you said you did, right? You said you did. And if you'd only done this, then I would have only done that, right? Which actually is not possible, right? Because you're two different human beings
Yep.
coming together in what we call marriage, right? Before God, right? To better your lives as a couple. Didn't say stop being individual, right? And there are wishes we can have. I wish you cleaned the toilet. I wish you made the bed. I wish you cooked me breakfast. I wish you made me coffee, right? And these are sometimes can be formed as a request versus like a you did. But whenever you find yourself saying that, there's an unhealed part of you, that there's something inside of self that is now projecting. And if you get them to do that, everything will get better, right?
Ooh.
And it's you have to be
Oh,
aware.
man, you just blew my mind.
Be
That's
aware
crazy.
of what's happening within.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you
Sometimes-
guys have that problem. I'm just saying.
Oh
No,
no, I
that
can
was-
relate
that
to
was-
everything you're saying.
Yeah.
So informative.
Once I get into that nitpick mood, I will find some way to be like,
Definitely.
how could you have made this situation better for me?
Yeah.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah. And the thing is, we all have this, but
Yep.
this is not. No one is like, oh, I don't have this. We all have this.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Everyone does this because a lot of us have the trait of we just want to feel what we want to feel,
Yeah.
and we want it to be better for ourselves right now. You know what I mean? Or we have the answer to the way, And unfortunately, sometimes in marriages, you ever walk around the mall and you see married couples, you're like, they look alike,
Yeah.
right?
All the time.
Okay. The reason why you have that view is not because they probably look alike, is because they're being alike,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
And
interesting.
the adaptability of molding is happening. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that it's becoming that mold
Yeah.
of I'm going to do what you tell me to do. I'm going to be who you want me to be, right? So when we see them, we're like, oh, they kind of look alike. It's not look alike. It's be alike.
They're being alike.
You know what I mean? They're being alike.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that a lot. I've been there too
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's something to be aware of.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens to every relationship that lasts, a couple of years, right? Eventually, like, you just start to become one person, essentially,
Yeah.
right?
If that were like, let's just go down that road for a second. So if that were something that you thought was healthy, then why do 65% of marriages in California not work?
65?
65.
That's the number right now?
That's the
I
number.
feel like it
Yeah.
grows
Dude,
every
that's
year.
really high.
We've been at 50 for years.
I was
Way
going to say,
higher
we were
than
at 50 for a
That's
long time.
really
And that's only your first
high.
marriage. It's like 80% of your second and
Oh,
third.
my gosh.
Basically, it's not going to work.
Dang, that's cool.
Right?
Yeah, so
Basically,
you missed
don't
the,
get
if
married.
you missed
Basically,
your
it's not gonna
first
work.
shot, just don't even take the second,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. And that's because
crazy.
when you abandon self, which most people in relationship abandon self in some capacity to
Yep.
please someone else, because if I don't, she'll get mad. If I don't, he'll get mad. If I go to dancing night, he'll get mad. If I do this, they'll get mad. When you abandon self, something starts to happen to you, right? Little by little, even though but I'm married now. Married is a way of being, not an action.
So
sense?
this is how you identify
Yeah.
your client's emotions.
No, I'm just giving you some look, when I'm coaching someone, we have to go into what is the problem, right? What is your perceived problem? And guess what? 95% of the time, that's not the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Always some underlying.
It's always way deeper than that. But the thing is we as human beings, even I have a coach. I'm coached.
Yeah.
So we don't have the ability to get it out of us, right? When I'm having a frustrating day, I call my coach. I'm not pissed about what happened. There's something else going on that I haven't uncovered yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, y'all hear that? Even the coach has got a coach, man.
1,000%.
It's just like Sopranos.
Just the same thing as therapists have to get therapy.
Yeah.
If you
Everyone has to go
It's
somewhere.
Sopranos. That's exactly where I was going.
If you're a coach that doesn't have a coach, you're not a coach.
Yeah.
Because you cannot effectively coach another human being unless you're being coached, because you need to clear what's going on. I mean,
I love that.
Yeah, to be effective.
We're human beings, right? We're humans. We have things. We can't say, "Oh, I'm just going to leave it over there with them." That's impossible. It's not possible.
Let me ask you a question, Keith. What's one daily habit you recommend for emotional self-awareness then?
Ooh, I mean, for me, it's being with myself. Like, what does that mean each morning for me? It means hitting the gym every morning, right?
Nice.
Every day, right? Routine's important. I feel like I think consistency is important. So, how do you be with self? I journal. I wake up, I read something, I journal. I ask myself what I need today. What do I need today? And that's another thing about humans, that we're not understanding that everything that we need except for physical touch, we can give to ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? We can literally, and even the feeling of physical touch, we can still give to ourselves. Right?
Not as well, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality is the reason why physical touch is because you perceive that something else is wrong. And I'm not saying, hugs are proven that the say of hugs has a lot of health benefits of just getting a daily hug and actually connecting from heart to heart. But I'm saying that we all live in a way that we rely on someone else to make us feel some kind of way.
Right.
And that's the dangerous, right? We rely on our spouse, our friends, our dog, our cat, our car, our everything. And when you don't know yourself in that capacity, you lose yourself. And I'm not saying you become suicidal, but you start to lose yourself.
Would you say that's like close or comparable to like addiction in a sense?
It can be. I had addiction. I don't drink. I don't do drugs.
Good for you.
I don't go to strip clubs. That stuff doesn't do anything for me.
That's
But
right.
I bought 10 cars in 1 year. I spent $1 million on cars because when I wasn't connected to me, I needed something new
The
to
material.
make me feel grounded, to make me feel good. I was like, oh my God, why I buy all these clothes? I got more clothes than you can, like all this stuff. I was just accumulating stuff.
So it's like stuff became your vice.
Yeah, that was my vice, because when I bought that new thing, it made me feel good. When I wore this new outfit, it made me feel good.
Yeah.
I got in this new car, it made me feel
So
good.
how do you get beyond that?
You have to, you said, you call me. No, I'm good. Okay.
That's a good point.
Ladies and gentlemen. Coach Keith, there we go.
I respect the plug.
Yeah,
That's good.
No, in reality, first you have to stop and breathe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then try to get yourself to the present moment versus a different tense. We all live in a different tense.
It's hard to live in the present. I really try and when I'm out and about, I really do try and live in the present and not think of what was or what can be, just where I am. And it's difficult to truly try and live in the present, man. I think it's a big thing for mental health too. At least for me personally, that helped my mental a lot, was more staying in the moment rather than focusing on past failures or potential future failures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to touch on the grieving part. And the reason I do, because I think for myself, I think there's a part where, and everyone has their own space, right? Everyone has their place where they go. And mine usually is in my car. I'm in my car most of the time every day anyways. Yeah. And it's usually on my way to work. I'm heading on my commute. My daily commute is 2 hours there and back. And it'll hit me out of nowhere. And that'll be the time where it's just let it out. Sometimes nothing like a good car cry. Yeah. I look ugly. I'm it's everywhere. It's not stripping down.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. It's everything that I've ever held in, whether it's something for family, people dying, sickness, anything, you name it. My kids are wilding out. My relationship sucks. My boss sucks. Everything's just going down. That's my time. I try to take at least once a week to just get it out.
It's probably the only time you're really alone too.
Well, it's also, but like the feeling you're having is real. The perspective is not real.
Yeah.
Sucks is a perspective.
Sure.
Right? That you're living into that's having you feel that way. So you are feeling how you're feeling. And it's okay. I cried at church this morning.
Right.
When something hits, it just hits. Right?
It's healthy.
It's healthy. It's reality, right? And people say I don't cry. You're lying.
BS.
Yeah, you're lying, right? So it's
BS,
like,
man.
but we also can live within parameters of perspective, because perspective is a very, very strong thing that we have. You know what I mean? Your relationship is how it is. Your kids are how they are, right? It's how we view things. And again, what you said was like, things can be hard. It can be really hard to live in the present moment, right? Well, again, the word hard is what we give ourselves to give us an out. We say hard, difficult. It's I'm tired.
You're right, man, you're right.
These are the ways we give ourselves outs to feel ways that we really don't want to feel, but we want permission.
That's how we trick ourselves into.
Yeah. So we should just be feeling it no matter what at any time, because that's just how we feel.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, right now is all that we ever have.
Embrace.
This moment right now and the next and the next and the next is all we actually ever have.
Agreed.
So does it, going back to something we can't change or control, right? But we live like that's going to change, or worrying about the finances, worrying about the job, worrying about what's happening down the road. What is that doing? It's taking from all we ever have.
Right.
Is the present moment, right? That's all we have is right now. And what if you never, because some people aren't going to wake up tomorrow.
Sure. Right.
And some people aren't going to wake up in the next 5 minutes. Right. So right now is precious. It's the most precious time. When people say my kids grew up so fast, why did you miss it?
Because you were
work.
I got auto mode.
Right.
You were just on autopilot
right?
the whole time.
And you go back.
I got
I wish
10
I could
more
get
years
back.
of them being kids.
Yeah. I wish I could go back to that honeymoon. Yeah. I wish I could go back to when they were 6 and 7, 8. And some of that's true. Right. I wish my kids were still, at a certain age. Like that age was fun. Right. I didn't miss it. I'm just saying that. But a lot of us aren't present, didn't have the tools to understand what it means to live right for now. Live for the now. I wrote in my book, Live for the Now.
Live for the now.
Right now is all we ever have. And if you rob right now, you can't get it back. If you two are on the way to the mall, you have an argument. You want to be in an argument? Or you want to go to the mall?
Yes.
All you ever have is right now.
Oh my gosh.
And that's one less minute you're going to have in life.
That's
I was
true.
in the hospital Christmas Eve. I had to get breathing treatment because I had asthma attack.
Yeah.
And I watched this couple argue in front of me. And at first I laughed because I thought it was just comedy because they were just being really loud and obnoxious about it. And then it got like really real, and I felt really sad for them. And they were doing it right in front of me, and I kept trying to move, and they just kept getting louder and louder. And I was and we were kind of packed in the corner. Yeah. And she was like, "Well, then just get up and leave. You don't care anyways." And he just got up and left. And I was like, "That was the saddest thing ever."
That's brutal.
And they just displayed it on like the whole thing in front of me, and I was just like, "Man, like." Yeah. But I mean, we've all been there. I've been there too, and it was just like I'm watching this as I'm coughing, trying not to interrupt their conversation. But
everyone's been in that moment. Yeah. But again, when she said get up and leave, that's not what she meant.
No,
that's not what she meant.
I said that same thing. I was like, don't do that.
She meant chase me down the hall.
Love me.
I want you to fight for me
right now. Fight for me.
So when you were saying that, I was hearing, I heard that because it was like everything that she was telling him that he should do. She was basically like, this is what is happening.
This is the blueprint, man. Yeah, I'm giving you the blueprint.
And he just wasn't aware or didn't care. Because
I mean, damn, that's hard to see.
Yeah.
When resentment sets in your relationship, without help, it's over.
Yeah.
Right. Without help, it's over. I mean, I've seen affairs be fine, yelling, anger, all this stuff. But when resentment sets in, it's hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
Without professional help.
You say that's just, do you think that's like resentment is just like more ingrained? Like the second you start resenting something or someone, it's just like, it's such a powerful emotion that it just becomes ingrained in you and there's no getting past it.
It alters your view of what's possible.
Okay.
So when resentment sets in, you can't see what's possible.
You think that's a permanent thing too, right? Like it's something that can't be reversed?
No, it can, but with help.
with work. Yeah.
With work and help. On your own, I'm not saying it can't, because I'm not God.
Yeah, I mean that takes a lot
anything
of.
can, but you have to be very dedicated to each other.
And you have to recognize that you're doing that too,
Think
which is
about
I think it's a
myself
whole
right now, like,
different thing.
Yeah, it's hard to come back from.
Yeah, because people live like, if you were and like I said before, if you were some other way, our life would be fine.
Yeah.
This marriage would work if you were so angry.
Mm.
If you just come home from work when you said you would, this marriage would be fine.
We'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Because when you resent someone, you already have like a negative
done.
attitude. You like it's hard to come
Yeah.
back
Anything
from.
they
You need
do,
someone there, I think.
Like
to-
you're already harboring resentments. Like
Yes.
you got stuff in the chamber ready to go.
Yeah. You're already 1 foot out the door.
Yes.
You don't know how exactly that's going to work yet. You're already out the door. I mean, why
But
do we
you're
see all
there.
these affairs?
Right.
Affairs are resentment in action.
Ah,
That's what affairs are.
resentment.
That's a soundbite
Yes,
right there.
That is a soundbite. I like that.
That was good. That was good.
So,
It's gonna
so
cost us $20.
since we're talking about that, can you share powerful moments that you actually witnessed someone you were helping get through that?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean,
Tell us
yeah,
again.
I think the most powerful moment is when, as a coach, anyways, and I can't give specifics. I'm under confidentiality,
Yeah, of course.
but when I notice the resonance in someone that they are aware of something on their own,
Okay.
right? So my job is to ask a lot of questions, to know when to ask the questions, I incorporate meditation in my practice. I'm certified in meditation, so I do that. I bring breathing techniques in because it helps you get to the present, right? My goal is to help you get to the present moment, right? And a lot of people come in like, oh, they're by the work or the bliss or the traffic, right? When we get to the present moment, it can be very powerful. So what's most powerful and magical for me to see, and I can see it every time, is when, and sometimes it takes 5 minutes,
Yeah.
it takes hours, right? There's no like when it happens, but when I can see the shift in when you came into your own knowing and what to do about it. And there's this lightness, there's just like almost like this relief that comes to you, and that's magical. To me, that's magic. And it's so transformative for the client because they are now like thriving and within something they never thought was possible. They now are thriving from within.
Do you think that's like a big point for like why you do what you do?
100%.
Because you see that, of course, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of everything.
Yeah, I mean, well, I know what it's like when I didn't have relations with myself. I mean, I was down roads that were unhealthy. I was spending an exorbitant amount of money. I was thinking life was an option. There's a lot of people that feel life is an option.
Like bridging that gap for you
Yeah.
is like it's everything.
Yeah, I mean,
That's awesome.
And the other thing is like it goes way deeper for me than how humanity is treating each other, right? How children are viewing each other, like the next level of what's going to happen. But it's like the reason why we have the things we see on TV, right, without naming certain things, is because the person that's speaking has no relationship with them, right? And they're living from the outside. So when I ask people, I went and asked 3,000 people, who are you? I'm a doctor.
You name the
I'm a
occupation
coach.
instead of who they are.
This, right?
Yeah.
No, but who are you? Right? And only one person could tell me who they were, and that person wasn't from America. And my theory on that is in other countries, most other countries, people view things differently.
Yeah.
Definitely.
In America, we view food, work,
Status,
clothes,
That's about
things
it.
that,
Clothes go into status, I think.
yeah, things that, I'm going to say don't matter because they do matter, but I'm just saying
superficial.
that superficial. In other countries, they view time with family,
Yeah.
dinners, right? Multi-travel, multicultural things.
Yeah, events.
Yeah.
Things they've done. Things they've done for others.
experiences.
Yeah.
It's more experience-based.
I
We're
like
all
that.
just walking resumes, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, so it's my mission in life
What are our
is to help
accolades?
people better come into their own knowing of self. That's like that's what God put me here to do.
Well, I think you got your
Love
work
that.
cut out for you because United States is nothing but consumers.
Yeah,
We need to start living for ourselves
yeah,
rather than just like what we have on us.
yeah.
or you're in the best place ever because you got a lot
Yeah.
of work ahead of you.
Yeah. And it could be, again, some people buy this stuff because they actually like it. Some buy it. In my case, I bought stuff and drove cars because I wanted other people to think I was great.
Yeah.
Right. I pulled up to a house I built that were sometimes $20 million. right? And I needed people to believe that I'm the man, right? Did I really believe I was the man? I didn't really believe that. But I know if I just, it's funny.
You got to fake it till you make it.
I was driving my Lambo one day, and by the way, I sold all these cars, just by
Nice.
the way. Okay, I'm driving now my Subaru Outback, which is probably my favorite
I want
car
one of them.
I've ever had.
I want one of them.
Hey, you know
Honestly.
what? That's a good car.
That's a great car.
That's a good car.
It's a phenomenal car.
Yes.
It's the best car. To me, it's the best car because I'm an outdoorsy guy.
Yeah.
I like to be of the mountains and hiking.
You
And
can
all
do
that
anything in that
stuff.
car.
Yeah, I like to go out. So it can do anything, right? And when I first saw that car, it was the Subaru. Remember that one in the '90s, the one with the open back?
Yeah.
I wanted that one so bad. They don't make that anymore. But I wanted that car so bad. So I always loved Subaru, right? But I remember one day I drove up in my Lambo in Newport Beach. And it was like Christmas time. It was so crowded, and the guys were, "No, there's a park right there." And I'm like, "For real?" I was shocked because I was like, "We park in the front, like," and I was like, "Oh."
Pretty
right?
privileged.
And then
Yes.
I went back
Yeah,
again.
Exactly.
I think I was driving my Audi or something. I pulled up there, and he's like, "Oh no, you gotta go park in the garage." Right? And I was like, the perception of how he viewed me
Yeah.
changed by what I drove. And how do we see people?
That would hurt. That would kind of hurt me personally.
Same guy.
I'd feel a little
Same-
disrespected.
same
You remember
guy.
what you
You're
look
like,
like.
I was
Same-
just here.
yeah.
I'd feel a little disrespected. Like, why can't I park? I was parked in front last time. What's up?
I'm like, "Hey, dude, I thought you liked me. I'm parking in front, right?" You know what I mean? I'm gonna park
It
right
was
in
cool
front.
before. Why isn't it cool
Yeah.
now?
But that
Because
tells
the
us
car.
why is TikTok so popular?
Right.
Why are the reality television shows? Why? Because you're living through that person, because you don't even know who you are.
Vicariously, yeah.
You're living through them, right? It's not entertainment. Entertainment was 80s sitcoms. That was entertainment because there was no way to live through those people. It was impossible
Right.
to live through them. Now you're seeing how these people actually pretend to live, and now you're trying to say, if I was just Kim Kardashian, my life would be great.
If I just got my body done.
If I just had my body done,
Get them
more
injections.
lips, more Botox, more this, more that, right? And it's sad. It's truly sad. So I want to help people not be who you want to be. If that's who you want to be, then great.
Yeah.
But know why you want to be that and be that, right? Know
Yeah.
why you took the job. Know why you married the
I
spouse.
like that a lot.
You know what I mean? Why do you marry them? I don't know. They're hot.
Yeah.
I
It's gotta
love
be
them.
deeper than that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We got along with, where are your values? Most couples don't even do a value exercise. Where do you meet in your value systems?
That's deep.
True value systems,
Yeah.
right? If most first dates ask that question, there wouldn't be a second in 50% of the cases.
Yeah, I agree.
Right,
Hard agree. Definitely agree with
And
that.
I'm talking, and by the way, I'm talking to me too, because I didn't always have this, right? And I've been married and divorced because I didn't ask do you like God? No. Oh, I should ask that before we got married.
Well, that
Yeah.
would've
You know
been
what I
a
mean?
deal
That would have been it.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
Wish I would have known.
Will you
4
go to
years
church with
ago.
me? No. Oh, huh. That's funny. I didn't ask. I didn't even think to ask that question.
Why do you think it is that we don't ask these questions? Like having some, and maybe it's just because it's the culture now. Why do you think it is that we go into this thinking that we're going to get this beautiful, imaginary lifestyle and everyone's going to be perfect? Is it just something that's been sold to us that's a fake dream? Or?
No, men buy with eyes, women buy with emotion
Ah.
and security.
Dang, that's simple.
Right?
Mhm.
He's rich. He'll take care of me. Give me security. I mean, buy whatever I want.
Done.
She's hot. Don't give a crap what she wants. Don't care what she does for me until you do care. Until you get sick and she leaves. Right? Until something like, you know what I mean? Like something like that happens. And then men start to go, but where's my... She's never been your wife.
Mm.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like men go with their eyes first. Oh my God, this girl's... How often do you hear that? I mean, come on. When I can remember looking at girls for the first time,
Right.
up until still now, I hear dudes at the bars, which I don't drink, but I go there to watch football. She's hot. Oh my gosh, she's bad. Oh my God, I want to blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
That's all you hear.
That doesn't do anything for me.
You know, that's all you hear. I remember I was in Dana Point and was having lunch with a friend of mine, and I heard these. I want to say they were in high school. I don't know how old they were, but it was like right after school got out kind of thing. So they had to have been like these girls had to have been seniors in high school. I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
And one girl asked the other girl. She says, "What are you gonna do next year?" And she goes, "What do you mean? What are you gonna go to school? What are you gonna do?" Like this girl's like, "That's a good question. What are you gonna do?" Right?
Yeah, that is
What am I
that is a
And you know what
solid.
she said? And this one it hit me. She said, "I'm gonna find a rich man.
Well,
Mhm.
That's what I'm gonna do."
she
Right?
knows what she wants.
I was like, "Whoa, okay." right? Now, not a bad thing, right? She wants
Yeah.
to be taken care of, right? But the breakdown in society nowadays is because we're swiping left and swiping right, and all these things that are the devil's tools, so to speak, are we're not realizing what human beings are. We're not heart connected any longer.
Yeah.
You know, we're not like connected anymore that way. So people are disposable. You're not gonna do this. She will. Swipe.
Right.
You know
Guess
what I
what?
mean?
I'll
Yeah.
find somebody who
I'll
will.
find someone who will. You know, and so you don't hear that deep resonance of connection. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It still does happen. There's still a lot of good folk out there.
Right.
But I'm saying that the majority of people, and the reason why kids don't have kids at 20 years old anymore is because they don't care. They don't value that.
No.
Right? Women now are like, I look good. I'll take a picture of my damn feet, for Christ's sake, and I'll get paid a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, Misa, could you
We
get
talk
on
about that a lot.
Can you
You
get
know?
on that, man?
Right?
I've
Like, you're not
offered
trying
that
anymore.
before. Like, should we make money selling feet? No.
Yeah, I'm just because people are, we're now, no one's afraid to be like, I like your feet,
Yeah.
right? There was a time, people were like, oh man,
Everywhere's a safe space now.
But now everything is on the table because there's nothing weird anymore.
No.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's already been put out. Everything is out on the
Yeah.
table. Cards
Yeah.
are showing.
It's all out. It don't
We
matter.
give ourselves
Everyone's
away a
weird
lot.
in their own way, and
Yeah.
everyone embraces it. So,
Yeah.
you hit that right on the nose.
Sorry.
No, that was great.
No,
That was great.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So I have one last request before you
What we
leave
got?
us today. You were talking about breathing exercise and things, and I just wanted to see if everyone can see that today. Maybe they need that in their life sometimes
Yeah.
to kind of regulate
Yeah, sure.
what's going on. If we can do
Yeah.
a little practice today.
Yeah, sure.
I'll go through it with you right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's go. A little
So
quiet
first,
time.
let's just take a second. Let's just just feel your body. Like, just kind of feel where you're currently at. What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? And just as we just kind of like ease into the present, just kind of let those, whatever the thoughts are, just let them go. Just don't make them wrong. Just be with them. And then try to find some stillness in your body, right? And just whatever that means for you. If you have to sway a little bit, that's okay. But try to find as much stillness as your body will allow you to. And then try and close your eyes. As you close your eyes, don't try to envision anything. Just kind of be with your eyes closed. And if you're driving, please don't do this. I give
Important
that
caveat.
technical warning.
Very important.
Coach Keith crashed me in the car. I'm suing Coach Keith now. Just try to be aware of the present moment. What are the sounds? What are you feeling in your body? Like, what do your feet feel like? What do your arms feel? How does your head feel? How about your shoulders? Can you like bring them up and let them go down a little bit? Are you breathing deep? It means that is your belly going fully out and fully in? And as you come into the present moment, just try and take a deep breath. And that's where you're in through your nose and your belly's actually extending outwards. And you feel it all the way to the top. And just let that completely go. If you make sounds, great. If you don't, great. And for now, keep your mouth open. Just keep breathing deep. And just kind of pretend that you're going all the way to the top of your head. And you're going to let it all the way out, all the way to the bottom of your feet. And for this next one, let's zip up our lips. Just breathe deeply through our nose. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the inhale. And then relaxation comes when we exhale for a long period of time. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now just kind of feel what your body feels like. Let's do it again. Let's just go in through our nose. And out through our nose. And again, whatever you're noticing in your body, whatever your thoughts are going, just kind of let them in, let them go. And now for this next one, let's go in for 5 or 6 deep soothing breath, like all the way up to top. And let's hold that for 4 seconds. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just let that go. And if you're noticing a little bit of lightheadedness, like you're feeling like, oh, I'm feeling a little dizzy, that's your body starting to relax. That's your brain just starting to relax itself. Let's do it again. Let's go in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's hold that. And just let it go. If you're worried about passing out, your body won't allow you to pass out. So just keep breathing.
Man, I don't want to interrupt, but I feel great.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, the experience usually. So how'd you feel? You feel a little more relaxed?
I
A little
feel
more
so relaxed.
Dude,
My lungs feel so open. I feel like I'm ready to go karaokeing or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Actually, I definitely feel that. Well, that just comes with like taking like consecutive deep breaths too. Like you do that
I
before
know.
you go
It's like
swimming.
I rarely breathe
but-
to the point where I can like
Yeah.
push my
The-
stomach
like,
out.
the
It
point
feels
of-
good.
Yeah.
The point of like feeling out your stomach and your body and you know like that's very much like centers you. I
Yeah.
feel like
Ooh,
in
as
the
an
moment,
asthmatic,
in the
that feels
moment,
great.
you know, in the moment, it's
Yeah.
it's a big that's a game changer. I had
That's good.
a college teacher or professor who did these exercises with us every day before he began teaching,
Nice.
and I feel like that is the teacher I've learned most from.
Yeah.
In all the years I went to school, you know, elementary through college, high school, all that. That guy he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, most
When he
definitely.
Did that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just breathing, right?
It's so
this is-
simple.
Yeah, these are the healing properties that God gave to us, just to breathe. And most of us don't breathe.
All the answers are there.
Yeah.
You just gotta look for them.
Yeah.
Well, you
Or
heard it,
see
ladies
'em.
and gentlemen. We always have the answers.
Hey, they're
If you
always
can
there.
sit and be still long enough, the answers will come to you.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's just
Just don't have ADD.
Right.
It's that simple. Don't have
Again,
ADD.
ADD is it's another reason for us to prescribe, right? Don't get me started on that, but it's another reason to prescribe because someone can't sit still. Or what does that even mean? Or have they even been taught?
That just
to
needs to be
actually
something that
do
needs to be
it. I
worked
agree
on
with
instead
that.
of medicated.
Yeah.
In the world of education, I always tell students, I was like, you have a superpower. And if we can just tap in, the thing about that is that you aren't meant to do just one thing at a time.
No.
You're meant to do 5 things at a time.
Yeah.
But if you can hone in and have a plan for those 5 things, you will be able to have 5
Yeah.
things done by the time that one person has one thing done at the end of the week.
Yeah. Well, think about it. You know, if 50% of the school's district is being said they have ADHD or
Yes.
ADD, that's the statistic.
It's a massive number.
Well, if a bank was losing 50% of your money, what would happen?
Everyone will go after them,
That'd be a
right?
big
Yes.
problem.
Right?
Yeah, right.
So
Bank.
why is it okay? So is it the kid broken or the education system broken?
The education system is broken.
Yeah.
I
It's
will
definitely
100
the
agree.
education.
But
Yeah.
Coach Keith, I just want to say thank
BBLs.
you very much for blessing us with your presence today. It's just been an honor. I think I don't know about y'all, but I was pretty captivated over here just listening to you
Thanks for
talk.
having me. Thank you.
So honestly, I feel great right now.
Right.
I just
Yeah.
doing that little breathing exercise and just I'm definitely gonna reflect back and I'm definitely gonna re-listen to this what we all talked
I'm
about.
sure a lot of
yeah.
us reflected actually as you were speaking. I was
Oh,
doing that a lot. I was like, man, I can't do that a
definitely.
I
lot.
was thinking about the
Definitely.
times I did stuff, and I was just,
Definitely.
Don't
so-
beat yourself up. We're human beings. Right?
always, and I just thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh, give us a
Everyone.
plug.
Yeah, check the links
Yeah.
below,
Check his
everyone. We
links.
will be plugging his
Embracing
TED Talk,
vulnerability.
his book.
Yeah.
It is a national bestseller.
Yeah.
Please take
If
a
you
look
want
at
to learn
that.
more about me, CoachKeith.com. All the info's on there.
All the info.
Yeah.
We'll also link it up on our
Yeah, cool.
site as well.
Appreciate it.
Again, it's your guy, Mark Your Mark.
I'm Misa.
And Ryan.
And this is Anytime Relevance Podcast. Please subscribe anywhere you get your local podcasts. And thank you again for coming out. Peace.
Later, guys.